The only streamer that cares. Yo, off rip. I already know this video is about Joe Bart. I've been watching Joe Bart since like, I think I have a screenshot of my Google activity as far back as I've been watching him since. If I have it, I'll put it on screen. I've been watching him as far back as 2022, I believe. Yeah, like 2022. I've been watching him since 2022. Like what, like a year or two? Maybe not even a year into him streaming. I've been watching him for a while now. I fuck with his content heavy. Like I've literally watched him change from like basically just like shitting on like Darman videos and just like morgues and a bunch of random shit and just breaking gingerbread houses to just full on like genuinely giving life-changing advice and just being an all-time like amazing streamer and fucking actually just so real. And it's like through all of that, like through all his changes, he's still like a great streamer, and I've watched him. He's one of the only people that I actually still watch on YouTube. There's a lot of YouTubers I just don't watch anymore that I used to. It's like him. I watch a little bit of Moist Critical, and then I've recently been watching like more like Jinxie and like Stable Ronaldo a little bit because, you know, I've been trying to get into like streaming and stuff like that, so I've kind of been like watching them. But yeah, like Joe is like the all-time greatest. I've also only been watching Jinxie and Stable Ronaldo kind of because of Joe, of them collaborating and stuff and doing like Bro v Bros and all that type of stuff. So let me change stream name. So yeah, he's like literally an all-time one of the greatest streamers ever. I mean, in case you couldn't tell, most of my videos are like the same as his, basically. Like I do the exact same intros as him. I try to do like most of the same stuff as him. My description, like the giving credit to the creators, like the same as his. Like there's a lot of glazing on my end. So, you know, I don't think if it was for him, I wouldn't have gotten into this content either. So, but yeah, I'm just yapping too much. I think we just gotta lock in.
You know what the most important part of any live stream is? The chat. Every night, thousands of viewers pour into their favorite streamers' chat. Together, they decide what games get played, what videos get watched, and the streamers who keep them entertained get paid.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Ludwig too. There's people that hate on Ludwig. I think he's all right. I started watching him a lot because he did a lot of like Minecraft like speed running a couple months ago. So I kind of just got like very intrigued by that. He's not a bad creator. I mean, some of his shit's actually pretty decent. He's got some good takes too. So
it sounds pretty easy, right? Just give the chat what it wants. The problem is, chat never wants just one thing. There's thousands of people all asking for something different, and no matter what you do, someone's unhappy. The biggest streamers learn to follow the majority and keep the party moving. Because stopping
every single Flight Reacts video I've ever seen, he's just like reacting to, I've only seen like body cam videos. He's just reacting to like the most disturbing shit ever. The entire time he's just like actually has no expression at all. He's just there. And he'll just be high as shit. And then half the time he doesn't even understand what's going on. Like he literally will just like hear something and be like, holy shit, wow, that's crazy. He's the murderer. I watched a whole video on him when he watched like how a dude this dude, it was crazy shit ever. This dude basically made a fake stalker. Like his wife dated somebody in high school. So he made a fake account, fake number, pretending to be that person. And basically was messaging her for a while, being like, hey, I'm him. You remember me? And then like for months, like the stalking would like pretend to stalk, like quite literally, like he got somebody else to take photos of him or some shit. And like he was pretending to be this dude. And she got like all this shit against him and everything. And she was paranoid. And like he literally like planned a bunch of shit to where it looked like someone was trying to break into their house, and then he killed her. And then he's playing off so good, the acting so good and everything. And so then they traced the messages that they were getting from the account to the device that they were coming from, and they were coming from like his second phone, and they traced the IP address to where the messages were being sent from. They were being sent from his office. So that's how they figured out it was him. Not only that, the dude that he was pretending to be lived in like a completely different state, like fucking 4 hours away. It was the craziest shit ever. He literally could have gotten away with it too if he was just more aware of like devices and the fact that, you know, the dude that he was pretending to be probably was going to have an alibi. So
everything for one unhappy viewer is the cardinal sin of streaming. You don't leave 10,000 people hanging over a single name in the chat. But what happens when the needs of the one are a matter of life and death?
My girlfriend of 3 years took her own life in November of 2025. Losing my best friend and the person I love most in the world. I'm feeling like my life is no longer worth living, and I've been falling into a bad habit of a drug addiction, leading me to on MDMA in December. I don't want to be here anymore.
This is Joe Bartolozzi, and he's one of the only streamers that stops everything when someone needs help.
If a chatter of mine is coming into my chat saying they're suicidal, I am first and foremost going to read their message.
But when you do this, when you make yourself the person people turn to at their lowest, you're also now the one who has to carry the weight of it.
Oh, seeing Joe Bart cry, that's rough. That is actually very rough seeing him cry. He's goated. Joe's the top 3 streamer. Yeah, he's fucking amazing. Like, I saw a video of him. Like, I've seen him crying over this. I saw him cry over one of his mods dying. I think I saw him cry talking about his grandpa dying, and like that shit sucked too. Like, I'm just watching a dude that it literally has kept me entertained for the past 4 years, consistently entertaining, and he's just like just crying his eyes out. It's so like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? It sucks. But like, yeah, he's a good dude. He feels human, unlike most streamers. Yeah, like Streamer University, like that shit was so bad. I didn't at the time that Streamer University was happening. I didn't have internet. I was like literally watching like YouTube from like my hotspot. I had my hotspot connected to my PC, so like I had to have my phone like all the way up against my window just to get a bar, just to watch YouTube and all that. So I wasn't on TikTok, so I didn't know anything that was going on at Streamer University. And I was watching Stable Ronaldo's videos on it because I was bored. Bro, they are doing some devious shit there, bro. It's just clip farms. Jiro still does them, but not as much. Yeah. But like they were like throwing like bottles of hot sauce in each other's faces. They were like shitting in the urinals. They were throwing trash and food everywhere. They were getting in the actual like fights. They were like stealing, like they're like at the Streamer University. They basically got like a bunch of like the fat, like 10 fat streamers to be like the police officers. And like they were doing a bunch of shit. Like they were stealing the police cars they were driving. They were doing a bunch of shit, bro. Like they were getting into a bunch of fights, doing a bunch of devious shit to each other, pouring buckets of water all over each other. They were actually fucking demons there. They were clip farming their ass off, and they were demons there. That shit was insane. That really that Streamer University really showed you just how far streamers are gonna go for content. Like that shit was insane. I feel like everybody was at a mutual agreement that we're gonna do some crazy ass shit here because you know this is like the ultimate time to clip farm. So we're just gonna be devious to each other. And I mean, as a content creator that does like IRL streams, I feel like you kind of like have a level to where like you can kind of understand that and to where everyone's kind of mutual with each other on it. Obviously, some streamers that are newer don't. So streamers should know better than that dumb shit. Yeah, but I feel like it's everyone had a mutual agreement that we're just going to clip farm. This is what we're going to do. So yeah, like he doesn't clip farm at all. That's why I fuck with Joe heavy. He doesn't do shit for clips. Like there's sometimes where he just gets angry. And that's not even necessary for clips. Like he doesn't clip any of his stuff on TikTok or anything. He just streams. Posts reactions on YouTube, posts gaming on there, maybe posts like a deep video on philosophy. Like he does a lot of shit.
Because now you're surrounded by darkness.
Today I decided to end everything. Got a shotgun, can't find it in me to love myself.
Now you're giving away pieces of yourself to everyone around you.
People are genuinely asking me.
I might be wrong in saying, I feel like saying that on like a stream is kind of devious. So like, I don't know, like, because that kind of just feels like you're coming off as like kind of like, oh, pay attention to me. Oh, I'm going to kill myself, which is just like, yeah, if you have suicidal thoughts, go get help. But like at the same time, it's like, why are you just coming into like a stream and just like donating like $20 to say this to him? Like, I mean, I get it. He's your favorite streamer, probably got you through some rough times and you're just wanting to tell him, but like at the same time it's kind of like tell him that like you're feeling down, you know. I don't know why you're gonna tell him, oh, we're gonna end it all. That's kind of like, whoa, like I don't know about that. That's kind of like
to fix their problems. I can't.
Now it feels like the whole world is on your shoulders.
Now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are gonna start themselves.
That's a heavy weight to pick up, and we wanted to know why.
Who is Joe Bartolozzi, and why do you care so deeply about some of the things that you do? Which is maybe a little deep for
we got Joe Bart himself in here.
10:30 in the morning, but
no, it's all right.
It's because they're parasocial. Yeah, that actually does play a good part in this. Joe did talk about people being parasocial. I think there was one thing that happened with Joe Bart where basically him and his girlfriend broke up, and he reached out to all the people on TikTok to do like news things and was like, can you not talk about this? And then they like still went ahead and did it or something. And he was just saying they were like really weird and parasocial for that, which I mean, I don't necessarily know about that. I feel like, yeah, it's like you decided to have a relationship and show that online. So, you know, with a relationship being shown online, also comes with, you know, what happens after the relationship. That's also going to be online, whether you like it or not. So he publicly came out with the relationship, talking about it and talked about the breakup. So, I mean, that's kind of on him. I don't feel like he can necessarily really even say much about people talking about it. So I don't really know if that would necessarily be parasocial, but Joe should make a whole podcast, not gonna lie. I don't know. I fucking hate every time I watch a Joe video, they're all like 30, 40 minutes long. I hate when he's just yapping and yapping and yapping. But that's also the same reason why I watch the content, because he yaps and yaps and yaps. So it's kind of like, yeah, I just want to watch the video, but at the same time, I want to hear him yap. It's kind of like, sometimes there are just moments where I literally just skip over what he's saying. It's so uninteresting to me, so.
Joe Bartolozzi was born on February 6th, 2000.
That's Joe Bart. Favorite food? Does this say chocolate? Holy shit. I did not, bro. We're actually getting deep into this. Holy.
And grew up in southern New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Joe wasn't the kid you have picked to
Another picture of Joey Bart. He look a little weird here. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That bowl cut's definitely something.
become famous online. He was the small, quiet kid, the one getting picked last for everything.
I was kind of like the lanky kid that didn't really know how to control his body, so that's why I was picked last.
But by high school, things started turning around. He hit his growth
Yeah,
spurt,
good job.
got into lifting, and went from being the kid nobody picked to a legitimate athlete. So by 2019, Joe's a track athlete at a Catholic prep school in New Jersey, working
Yeah, he be bro's looking like locked in right here. Holy shit.
part-time at a GNC, heading towards a completely normal life. And then a Chinese tech company bought a dying lip-syncing app.
TikTok is the latest app to capture the attention of teens and young adults across the world.
A Chinese company called ByteDance bought the relatively dead app Musical.ly. They gutted it, rebranded it, and on August 2nd, 2018...
Yeah, I might be wrong in saying this. I didn't really get into I didn't have a phone until like 2021. So like prime TikTok, I didn't even really experience it. I didn't really experience it at all. I think the only time I saw TikTok was like one of my friends was like, download TikTok. And I was like, so I got my grandma's phone and I downloaded TikTok and I was just watching TikTok and I uploaded probably a million videos of my dog with like random TikTok sounds, just thinking I was going to go viral. But yeah, and then I got a phone the next year, 2021, and then it's kind of just been downhill. I wasn't even still really into TikTok in 2021. 2022 and onwards, I've kind of, there is like an hour. Sometimes there's like, like 5+ hours on TikTok a day. Other times there's like not even like 30. Most of the time I watch TikTok when I'm like working out or I'm out in public and I'm just sitting there. Besides that, I'm like either just watching YouTube or sleeping, or just eating. I mean,
TikTok officially hit the App Store.
TikTok.
Now, early on, TikTok was mostly just the same creators who came over from Musical.ly. So all of those cringy lip sync videos and the reputation that came with them carried straight over.
Going through your parents' divorce is more fun than going through TikTok.
For a while there, TikTok as a whole was pretty cringy.
Yeah, I used to get made fun of.
But even with that reputation, Joe figured
Oh,
he'd
this
try it
era,
anyway.
bro.
He posted his first TikTok in December of 2019, and it got a few hundred likes, which is nothing crazy, but it was enough to make him post another one, and another one, and he just kept going. Within a few months, he went from pointing at text on a screen to actually talking, ranting straight to the camera about whatever stupid thing pissed him off that day.
There's no looking left or right in the urinal at all times.
I've seen
This
this.
is where Joe carved out his lane. He became the loud guy.
I actually do remember seeing Joe. I did see a lot of Joe on TikTok before I actually watched him. I feel like I was one of the many people that just saw him on TikTok and then randomly saw him on my YouTube feed and was like, oh wow, this dude makes videos, and then just watched his video, and then it kind of just turned into, he's the only person I really fucking watch. So
Guy in the beanie who'd yell about people who drink sparkling water or crash out over some DIY tutorial.
The coffee pot's floating.
By the time COVID hit, TikTok was becoming a mainstream platform. Suddenly, TikTokers were performing at NBA halftime shows or hanging with the Kardashians. I mean, the D'Amelios were dropping a reality show on Hulu. It was the biggest
bad
app in the
show.
world, and Joe had gotten in early.
6 months after you started posting, if I'm not mistaken, you had over 1 million followers on TikTok.
2020 TikTok.
6
You
months.
could literally post anything.
6 months getting 1 million followers on TikTok. Honestly, look at of all platforms that you could blow up on and get the most followers on the quickest, TikTok is easily it. You can make one video about the most random thing ever and get literally 3 million views and like 200,000 likes. You see it so many times where it's just like some random girl that is just talking about some random shit for like 15 seconds and just being really relatable, and then people are just loving it because it's just like there's so many chances of just 1 million plus people just scrolling. There's millions of people scrolling on TikTok every single day. So the chances of over the same amount of million people just scrolling on the same TikTok, it's pretty it's not that difficult. Then, there's still millions of people that scroll YouTube every day, but there's a lot of videos on YouTube though. So, I mean, that's a lot of TikToks too, but there's a lot of videos on YouTube to where it's like the average person, if they scroll TikTok, they're probably going to scroll fucking 100 plus TikToks in one sitting easily. The average person, when they go on YouTube, they're probably scrolling maybe like 10 minutes until they find a video, and then they kind of just will watch that creator or like maybe watch some of their content to it. So the chances of your video really popping up are like very slim. They can, but even if they do, but even if someone scrolls past your thing, it's like you're still getting that view automatically, and maybe they'll interact with it. With YouTube, it's like they can see your thing on the For You page. It doesn't count as a view, so it's kind of just cooked for you.
And if it got any amount of views, half the people that saw it would follow you.
So now you've got a teenage guy, fresh out of high school with millions of people watching his every move. But what do you think this does to a person?
It's not the same guys as like a Disney star, right? Because I was nowhere near that level. But it's just the idea of like, I was a teenager that's getting clout, and I think 99% of the time, that's bad.
And Joe was no exception. All of those views, all that attention that comes with internet fame, it went straight to his head.
But like, can you really blame him for just having the hugest ego ever of having 1 million plus people follow him? I think now he's like, he doesn't even post on TikTok anymore, but he has like still like almost 30 million followers or over 30 million followers. It's like, you're definitely going to get the ego
from being a really insecure, it was like two polar opposites, right? And I had to find the medium. Like, I used to be really insecure when I was in like middle school, early high school, to a point where like I started working out, I started doing this, and then it went like full flop to like narcissism. And so it was like an obsession with myself because of insecurity that then inflated my ego to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm awesome.
That is actually pretty common. I would definitely say that's happened to me. I'd say I'm more out of that stage of narcissism, but you know, there's still narcissism there, obviously. But I feel like I'm more so out of that than I was like a year ago. It was good.
And you can see it in the content from that era, the captions, the attitude, the way that he carried himself.
So this is my proposal for any women out there that would like to participate in the holiday, but don't have anybody to assist them. I'm here.
This is the version of Joe that Joe doesn't like.
That person in that facade I had to do to create that character actually became me for a short period of time, and I hated it.
But as much as Joe hates this version of himself, he also kind of owes everything to him, because that ego is what gave him the confidence and drive to start making bigger swings in his career. And when you're building yourself from the ground up, those two things can be the difference between success and failure. You see, everyone wants to start their own thing until they realize how much work starting actually takes. Building your website, setting up payments.
100%. I have the take that everybody would be a streamer if they could be. You're telling me you just sit here, you watch fucking YouTube videos and play video games. Everybody would do it, but it's just like, you have to factor in the fact that, you know what I mean? Not only do you have to buy these, like, you have to buy a PC, you have to buy a webcam, you have to buy a mic, you have to buy a monitor, you have to buy all this shit. It's not even just that. It's just the fact that you literally have to sit here, try to be entertaining, try to talk to literally nobody for hours on end for fucking ever until you even get a one person to want to watch your content or stay watching your content. And not even that, it's also just the fact that you can't just post, you can't just like stream. You have to do way more than streaming if you want to get anywhere. So it's kind of like you're literally having to stream, right? You have to post clips of your stream or you're not going to get anywhere. You have to post clips of your stream on YouTube or you're not going to get anywhere. Like, these are factors that then people look at it and are like, wow, I really have to stream for multiple hours a day. And then I got to like upload clips. I got to edit to YouTube videos. I got to post on TikTok. It's a whole thing to where it's just like, wow, I do not want to do this. Never mind. Well, I feel like everybody would do it if they like could just have somebody to edit for them and post clips for them. Everybody would just do it, I feel like. It's not a bad take, I feel like that's just the truth.
The boring stuff. Most people don't quit because the idea was bad. They quit because the setup got in the way. That's where WAP comes in. WAP lets you launch your entire online business.
That was actually a good segment to add, I'm not gonna lie.
But now back to Joe and the business he was just starting to build. It started with diversifying his audience, because unlike YouTube or Twitch, your follower count is kind of empty on TikTok. You can have 1 million followers on there and make no money, because the platform simply doesn't pay its creators anything worthwhile.
Like, I was probably making like,
say 160 million views in a month, and you only made $120. Oh my God.
What, 10K a year? I was making less than minimum wage.
So in the summer of 2020, just before starting his freshman year of college, Joe announced his first ever Twitch stream.
I'm gonna start streaming video games on Twitch in a day or two.
He started moving viewers from TikTok to Twitch, where he'd stream games like Rocket League and Fall Guys.
Yeah, I didn't see that era, Joe Bart. I saw the era levels right after Rocket League, I think. But again, I feel like at the same time, I was not gonna watch Rocket League content. I feel like that's the last thing I was gonna watch. And Fall Guys content, like,
Oh, I got it!
Then he'd take the best moments from those streams and post them to YouTube. By fall of that year, Joe was juggling multiple TikTok uploads a day, streaming on Twitch, making YouTube content, all while managing his classwork in college.
What was the schedule like in college? There's so much going on. How do you manage that?
It was a lot. Like, balancing streaming and college sucked, but it was so doable. And I hate when streamers say, oh, I really needed to drop out to pursue streaming. Like, get the out of here. I was growing and in college the entire time.
Thank you for 3 million followers.
dropping out to be a streamer is the worst thing you could possibly do. You know how many people stream on Twitch alone? I think there was like 5 million people that stream on Twitch or streamed on Twitch in like the last year or some shit like that. Like, yeah, that is the dumbest thing you could possibly do. Like, I don't think there's really any good reason to drop out of school unless you get like a job offer for something, which I don't even like. Does that happen? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that. Like, unless like your family's, you know, not in a good financial decision and kind of have to drop out of school to, you know, afford things. And I mean, yeah, that's understandable. But besides that, I don't know if there's, I don't know if I'm dropping out of school to stream. Like, that's the dumbest thing ever.
4 million followers.
By December, Joe had cleared 5 million followers on TikTok. And just a few months after his first stream, Joe was pulling in nearly 1,000 average viewers on Twitch. After his first stream, Joe was pulling in nearly 1,000 average viewers.
1,000 hour average viewers on his first. Yeah, TikTok really did help him like start his streaming off pretty good. Now, but like now he averages like 20K. Like he literally averages like 20,000 people, 15 to 20,000. I've seen him over 30K. Like that's actually insane. Because I was thinking about that and I was like, I never really watched him stream. I kind of just watch his YouTube videos and I just watch his VODs. I used to watch Everest. If you know Everest, shout out to you, bro. If you know Everest. But like, yeah, that's kind of just like, I mean, I was looking at it on Twitch. I was trying to watch Jinx and Ronaldo do Minecraft, and I saw that he was live with like 30K people watching him. I was like, holy shit. When I was watching him, I like sometimes would pop into his stream and he would have like maybe 8K viewers. Like, holy.
On Twitch.
Like, I was so obsessed with performance.
Joe was constantly studying social media, trying to understand what made videos pop, what people responded to, and why certain videos failed. That confidence had turned into a full-blown obsession. But because of it, Joe was starting to not like the person he saw in the mirror.
I'm trying to map out where the ego kind of starts to disappear versus... Like, was there a low point, a moment where you're like, holy shit, I gotta change?
Yeah, I don't think there was like an aha. Right? It wasn't like a light switch flip. It was more over the span of like a 6-month period where I was like, I'm kind of being a dickhead. Yeah. Coupled with a variety of things. So I don't know if you can include this in the video. That's up to you. I tripped on mushrooms for the first time. Like, and I hate when people talk about like that being a genuine changing factor in their life. Because it's like, okay, cornball, like that's what made you,
a lot of drugs.
You know, really have that light switch. But I think it was like, it was a part of it, you know, like it removed the grooves of life that I have gotten into. And it made me reset to a point where I had to kind of look in myself. A lot of the people that I knew in philosophy classes as well were sharing ideas that, you know, I may have heard, but not resonated or understood fully. It was so much like, wow, I'm going to die one day. I should kind of treat people in a way that's like, this is our only life. And I accredit my viewers a lot because in that time, parasocial relationships built a little bit, which is bad. But at the same time, there were people coming to me for the first time going, I want to kill myself.
You were chatting to your last streamer because you're ending it all. Whoa, 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 whoa.
If there was a moment of like lock in, it was that.
What happened? One of my subs just said he's gonna himself. Dude, do you need help?
Damn, didn't that actually happen though? Like, that is rough. I think that actually did happen. I think one of them actually did do it though. That is fucking insane. That would suck, dude, bro. Like, oh my god.
Because I was going, yeah, even though I'm 19, you know, there are people that actually look up to me in a way that's like, I need to be better at.
Life is the best thing that will ever happen. No matter how bad it can get, life is amazing.
Now, put yourself in that chair for a second.
Now think about it, like there's a lot of streamers that will like get messages like that. They don't respond. There's people that will send like $100 and it's like people like Kai Cenat, they don't care. They're not responding to you. They don't give a fuck. They literally just do not care at all, which is just fucking insane though. But him, anybody that's sending it, a mod, anybody, he's immediately just like locked in. I wouldn't even say more so now, though. I feel like more so now, it just happens so much where it's just like, he's got a lot on his plate schedule-wise, too, so it's like, can't spend 15 minutes just talking about this. I don't know, though. I'm not in his streams, though, so I mean, that probably might still happen, but I don't know.
You're 19 years old. You started streaming to play video games, to have fun and make people laugh, and somebody you've never met just told you they're planning their own death. And out of everyone in their life, they picked you to tell.
I feel like no one cares and I want to end it all. I have a date planned, so you'll probably never see me again. I want to say you make me laugh a lot. I'm going to myself October 2nd and no one will remember me.
And this kept happening. Joe would go live, and sooner or later, somebody would show up in a genuine crisis, typing their darkest thoughts into a Twitch chat.
Don't want to be a mood killer. I just want to say my family basically bullies me every day and I can't get them to stop. I've been thinking about suicide a lot.
When Joe first started getting these messages from chatters, his initial response was the same as anyone with the hearts would be. He wanted to help. Both on stream and off of it, Joe took the time to talk with those viewers, getting to know them on a personal level and giving them real advice just like you would with a friend.
You guys mean the world to me. If you need help with something like that, I can try my best. So that's why I'm kind of chilling or pausing the stream for the last like 15 minutes to talk about this, because that's important.
What a fucking
But there's a
joke,
harsh
bro.
reality that all streamers have to
Actually,
learn
what a fucking
eventually.
joke.
Your viewers aren't your friends. They can't be.
I have had probably 20 people come to me about themselves, like on live. The first 2 times it's happened, I have tried to like help them, and then it just ended badly in terms of them getting parasocial towards me and the nonstop coming to me.
You see, the relationship between a streamer and a viewer is way more complicated than a normal friendship. When you spend hours watching someone through a screen, day after day, your brain starts doing something weird. You pick up their sense of humor. You learn their opinions, their moods, what makes
Is is he showing the fucking Yugi and is he showing him going against Yugi and the Brevy, bro?
them laugh and what sets them off. You come to know them the way you'd know a friend, except they have no idea you even exist. This is what's called a parasocial relationship, and it can be a dangerous thing.
Now a scary home invasion as 3 masked intruders with guns grab a popular influencer by the hair demanding money.
3 guys came into my room.
Amaranth? Yo, I ain't never watched Amaranth. I've just heard of her a couple times because I've watched like streamers and stuff, and they talked about her. All I know about her is she's like looped her streams before, and she's done some like Gunner bait shit.
Turned all the lights on, and then they had the gun pointed at me.
While most parasocial relationships don't reach this level, there's always a possibility that it can.
3 popular Twitch streamers face a terrifying encounter while live
That's Senna and Valkyrie.
streaming along the Santa Monica Pier.
Kill you right now. Kill you right now. If the streamer leans too far one way, they might come across as uninterested or cold, but lean too far the other, and viewers can mistake an occasional reply for friendship.
Oh, what was that?
But lean too far the other, and viewers can mistake.
Oh, he fucking started making out with Imaru. Imaru, whatever was her name. Yeah, that's fucking weird, bro.
An occasional reply for friendship.
Please stop following me. It's getting weird. It's getting strange. I don't know you, okay? So please leave me alone.
That's where things.
It is very weird, but like when you're streaming IRL, it is bound to happen. You're bound to find somebody that's like extremely parasocial and awkward, and that has issues. It's just trying to like fuck with you or like physically harm you, especially if you're a female too. Like that is like the worst because they're probably already getting so many weird comments and so many weird dudes in there, and then you go out in public and then like there's people that could figure out where you are like easily, pretty much. I'd say it's just so cooked.
Can take a turn for the worst because now that attention can turn into expectation, and when the expectation of a response to the next chat isn't met,
like IRL stream snipers are horrible. The only good one though is the Coca-Cola dude. No, the Pepsi dude. The Pepsi dude. I don't know if he still does it though, but I had no idea who he was, and I just saw a video on my my For You page on YouTube, and it's just a compilation. I was like, what the fuck is this Dr. Pepper dude? He just IRL stream snipes streamers, walks up to them just dead silent, and just hands them a Dr. Pepper and walks away. He's done it to like 30 streamers.
It can feel less like being ignored by a streamer and more like a betrayal by someone that they thought they knew.
It's a weird parasocial relationship that forms, and you're not even aware that this person is forming that typically until they're like about to show up, or they do show up.
The gap is hard to manage, which is why most streamers keep a barrier up around the heavy personal stuff.
My sis is dead.
Right, let's try and keep it positive.
Please don't talk about side in my chat, please. This is something I just don't like to hear or talk about, you know?
And you can't really blame them. At the end of the
I really don't blame them. Like, you're over here trying to stream and entertain people, and then you just have people come to your channel talking about how they want to kill themselves, which is like, again, the fact that they're telling you this, they probably view you as like a friend or whatever, because they get entertainment from you, but at the same time, bro, I don't really know. Like, you're just kind of like killing the vibe of everybody else in stream. And it's kind of just trauma dumping to a dude that doesn't even fucking know you. Like, obviously go get some help, but like, I don't know if like just coming to somebody's stream, donating $20, and then them hearing it and reading it is like really the right thing to to do, to be honest.
Today, streamers are supposed to entertain. At some point, there has to be a boundary between caring about the people watching and becoming responsible for everything that they bring into the chat.
They become too attached to you, where they see you as an actual friend that they have. So I feel like that is kind of a boundary that you have to set as a streamer, but it's hard to gauge where that line is.
Joe had every reason to draw that same boundary. He'd answered the heavy messages, taken conversations off stream, and learned what could happen when things become too parasocial.
The first 2 times I helped somebody with like issues, they just kept messaging me, and then they like got upset when I stopped messaging them. So it's more so of that issue.
But mental health meant too much to him. Ignoring somebody who might not make it through the night was never a choice he could live with. After those early mistakes, Joe implemented 2 important factors that would eliminate those odd parasocial dynamics from coming into the picture. For starters, he removed any one-on-one interaction. All conversations with chatters were strictly held on stream from the Twitch chat.
I've prepared to go, tired of waiting for things to improve. You are my escape. Thank you, dude. If you're saying you're gonna kill yourself, don't. I know this was 10 minutes ago. I hope you're still here.
And second, but most importantly, he made the pivot from trying to be the help himself and became the middleman.
Fine if you're depressed and you want to come to me for advice, but when it comes to the gravity of seeking an expert is better.
This is the riddle video. No, this isn't the riddle video. This is the how like serial killers got caught. That's supposed to be like Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm pretty sure. I remember that video. True fan. What can I say?
Than seeking Joe Bartolozzi, a Twitch streamer, TikToker. You know what I mean?
For those who came into the chat looking for help, Joe was there to give them a few encouraging words and push them in the right direction.
I've had not so good thoughts, if you know what I mean, and listening to your advice and others has helped me even during those hard times. If you ever have thoughts, reach out to somebody, genuinely. Go to a therapist, psychiatrist, talk to somebody that can help you. It's not the answer. Like, there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator, especially seeing that I don't know the person. So that's why I try to do the charity streams for, like, 988 or AFSP or Trevor Project. We're doing reactions today. And it's a charity stream. We raised $2,700, which was matched 3x by the Melinda Bill Gates Foundation. So dub in the chat for that. Goes to a good cause, saving lives.
And for a while, this worked pretty well. While it seems kind of small, Joe's brief but encouraging words were actually making a difference in people's lives.
I've been subbed for a year now, and I want to say thank you for helping me through this past year with having to deal with my grandpa's suicide and my own personal problems. You're definitely my favorite top streamer, and I hope you never stop.
But by the time Joe graduated college, things had started to change.
This is
His
what, like
viewer
2
count
years
climbed
ago?
to some of the highest in all of streaming. In mandated college, things had started
Look at this reaction, though.
to change.
We finally realized who he was.
His viewer count climbed to some of the highest in all of streaming, and managing the expectation of that many chatters is a totally different beast.
Like, right now, I average 10K. Chat's horrible.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. I got a lot.
I feel like he averaged
I want to get
double
into
in that
videos.
now.
I'm starting to get stressed the f out. I'm starting to get stressed the f out. I could tell this was going to happen at the start of stream when I got like 9 messages just unloaded onto me.
With this many viewers watching, Joe found himself caught between 2 groups that wanted completely different things from him. Because on one hand, some viewers felt that he wasn't doing enough to help.
I guess even my favorite streamer doesn't care about me. Lame comment. I have 5,000 people in my stream that are spamming right now. I'm also playing a video game. And then I don't respond to you and you pull this guilt trip here.
But on the other hand, there was a totally different group of viewers that were tired of the stream constantly stopping.
Jesus, dude, I like watching your streams, but when you go on rants like this, that's all you do all the time. That's annoying. Play the game. Do me a favor and never watch me again. Do me a favor and go f yourself.
No matter what Joe did, someone felt ignored, and the messages were starting to get more demanding. Early on, people would briefly mention that they were struggling, and Joe would offer a few words of encouragement. Now they wanted more.
Like every stream, it's been getting more and more and more and more like involved, where people are genuinely asking me to fix their problems. I can't.
Like, he means well, but at the same time, like, I feel like he should just not even mention any of those whatsoever. Maybe try to talk to them off stream, but on stream, it's like you're just cutting like an hour or 2 worth of your stream, just trying to convince a person not to kill themselves. And there's probably a dozen plus people that are in there every stream, donating, talking about having suicidal thoughts, which is, it's just like it's not, I don't even think this isn't the way to go about it, bro. Just go actually call a hotline or something, bro. Like, Like, I don't get it. Like, it's just not the way to do it.
I'm sorry.
But the hardest part was figuring out who genuinely needed help and who was only looking for attention. How do you balance keeping everybody happy and then also sorting through people who are just doing it for attention?
I mean, that's the struggle. Because I'm a suicide prevention advocate, that is an avenue that a lot of people use to manipulate their way into being noticed or speaking to me on stream. And so, yeah, if there's 10 chats saying they're suicidal, 6 of them are fake.
That's 100% true.
Because I do so much mental health advocacy, the amount of people that come into my chat and fake being suicidal is absurd. I had one chatter that came in and they say, hey, I'm the mother of so-and-so. He took his own life. I just wanted to let you know you were his favorite streamer. I'm sorry that he took his life. I don't really know what to say. I'm sorry. I hope you're all right. I'm sorry for the loss of your son. Ugh. Come to find out, they come back a month later and they're like, my brother typed that, banned his, blocked him. You're the chatter? I knew that, bro. I'm banning you, man. That's fucking weird as shit.
This leaves Joe stuck making a decision
That
that's
is
difficult
weird
to get right.
If I'm being honest, I think a large portion of people that come into my chat and say stuff that's suicidal are lying. But I have to treat them all as if they're real, because then I could, on an off chance, not take somebody seriously that is serious. And that's the worst thing you could do.
Ignoring the wrong message could have serious consequences, but responding to every message was impossible, and the pressure of trying was beginning to wear him down.
I feel bad, and I've talked about this. It's like, I wish I could help, but like sometimes I can't, you know? Like there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator, especially seeing that I don't know the person.
But there's one message that weighs on Joe the most. It's one that he's heard over and over again, that for some viewers, he's the only reason that they're still alive.
You were there when my dad passed. You saved me from ending my own life more than anyone should. I've realized so much because of you. I can't thank you enough. You unknowingly have helped me with a lot. My life has gotten a lot better since watching you from your philosophy stuff. Never had a favorite streamer until I watched your streams, and it kind of saved my life, no pressure. I wanted to myself, you saved my life. I did not save your life. You saved your own life. Please get the help you need, though. If I'm the only reason that you stopped, wanting to kill yourself in that moment, you need a lot of help outside of just watching my content.
When you hear some of those stories, how big of a toll does that take on you? Because, like, I don't know, I'm watching through some of their clips, talking to people like this, a lot of the chat is asking, who is checking on Joe?
I mean, I'm starting therapy soon.
He did start therapy. He did say that.
Have my videos as, like, something to fall back on to make you feel happier. Versus, like, I'm suicidal, your videos are the only thing that's keeping me alive.
Take a second and think about what that actually means for the person receiving it. Somebody just told you that your uploads are load-bearing for their existence.
Don't tell me that. Like, I'm glad I'm able to help, man, but, like, get help. Like, get help. Please.
Like, seriously, though, like, if that's the only thing that kept you alive is Joe Bart saying don't do it, you need more help than just him being like, yeah, just don't. Like, if you have any thoughts like that, you need help. Like, you literally, you need to go to therapy. You need to go get help. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
So what happens if you take a break? What happens if you burn out and quit? On some level, Joe now feels like he has to keep posting, because somewhere out there, somebody's hanging on by his streaming schedule.
There will be people that will, like, come to my chat and they're like, hey, you prevented me from killing myself because I saw one of your videos and it made me laugh. On surface level, that's great. If you're me, now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are going to start killing themselves.
And beyond the pressure, there's the sheer exposure to darkness.
I'm sure he'd say within the next couple of years, he is going to, like, either slow down a lot and only stream, like, really whenever he feels like it, like once or twice a week. Or I know for a fact within the next 10 years, he's not going to be doing this anymore. He's definitely going to be fully retired and doing whatever the fuck he wants. He averages 1 million views on YouTube every single day. He averages at least 500,000 on his gaming channel every single day. And then his philosophy channel, I don't know if he posts on that every single day, but, like, yeah, like, he's definitely a millionaire. If not, at least he's halfway there, at least. Yeah, it's got to be way more than halfway, though, so, man.
Joe's DMs and chat are a constant stream of people's lowest moments. And when you're surrounded by that much pain for that long, it eventually starts to get in.
Joey Bart.
That's like the one thing is the emotional drain, I guess. Like I put a lot out.
After every stream, Joe sits there for an hour just coming back down from what the job took out of him.
Like when I'm done stream, I get off. I literally sit there in like silence for maybe an hour. I need like time to decompress just because that is a lot at times. It takes a toll and I've gotten used to it, but it kind of builds. Like I'll be good for a month and then there'll be a week where I'm just like not there emotionally, I guess. And that's like a problem.
So the obvious question is, why keep doing it? Every other streamer proved you can just let the messages scroll and the career survives. Joe could put up the full wall tomorrow and nobody could really blame him.
I'm not sitting here acting like I'm some role model, but if people are going through stuff and I recognize that they're watching my content to help them, that I want them to have some sort of guidance of redirection to be better themselves and also better their own mental health in a way that's good for them.
Joe did the math and decided helping people is worth what it costs him.
I enjoy making people happy more than the other aspects of the job. And that's what enables me to deal with this too. Like a lot of people are like, oh, push through the negative because you make money. I think I push through the negative because I can affect people more positively here than any other job that I could possibly be doing.
But once he saw what his platform could do for people at their lowest, walking away from that stopped being an option he could live with.
Thank you. My mom was diagnosed with cancer about 9 months ago.
Sorry to hear that.
We would watch your videos and streams. We loved your philosophy streams. She also majored in philosophy.
Really?
A week ago I found out she has
two more days to live. One of the final
I've
things
seen
he did
this
was watch
before.
one of your YouTube videos. Your videos remind me of good memories. She passed away yesterday and you helped me cope. Just wanted to say thank you so much. You helped more than you'll ever know. Oh my God. Yo, that's just going to make me cry. It's a fucking weird job, dude. It's a weird job doing social media. There's a lot of shit, but it's one of the most like rewarding experiences. Just to be able to be someone to help other people is something that I want to do. Yeah, the money's good. Yeah, it's fun to play video games and shit. But like on a deeper level, dude, being able to make people's days is like genuinely what I want to do. And I'm glad that I can.
God damn. I'm not gonna lie, I was locked in for a second, bro. Holy shit, bro. He is genuinely one of the best streamers. He's the best streamer of all time. Like, genuinely. I don't even really think it's close, bro. Like, there's no streamer out there that, like, cares and like, holy shit, bro. Yeah, that's so fucking, this is a fucking great video, bro. Like, holy shit. Yeah, bro, I fucking love Joe Bart, bro. Genuinely love that dude, bro. Yeah, bro, make sure to go subscribe to this dude. Oh, yeah, like this video, obviously. And like, yeah, he's genuinely a great streamer. I mean, yeah, so I inspire to be like him. Like, literally, I inspire to be like him. I make my videos that are basically like his. I just sit here and yeah, the same intro, same everything. But yeah, man, he's fucking amazing. That's pretty much it.